you said you were your voice is shot because you were broadcasting or whatever.
Yeah, all day yesterday. It was fucking 8 straight quarters of football. But
Damn.
I'll get to that in the fucking weekend, the weekend update. But yeah, man. Other than that, I was laughing because I'm not gonna say no names because I got some coworkers that be listening.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because I got like promoted or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm supposed to be like the team leader or whatever, and I was like told to like talk to somebody about something, and I thought I did, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do something else anyway," and I was like, "Word." So now I'm just like the bad guy.
Damn, for no reason and shit.
Yeah, so I was just like, "Oh, word." So I didn't even need to. So I was just sending like a test dummy, but I thought that shit was funny.
Damn.
But yeah, dude.
Just been chillaxing or whatever. Kicking it. I was about to say, I fucking forgot. Completely blanked on my shit.
That's cool, man.
Oh yeah, no, I went to brunch yesterday and it was wild. Like I'm gonna tell you the story on the actual thing, but yeah, bro. I guess I've been doing a bunch of the shit that I don't usually do at restaurants.
Can't wait to hear about it, man.
All right.
Well, fuck it. You want to start the pod?
Yeah, we can.
Fuck it.
I'll start. Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 70 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka DJ Buttersauce, aka Tylante, aka your mom called me over when she need to get something clean. I'm here as always with the homie, the kid JB. Was good.
Burn, burn, burn. It's the kid JB. Could have been right last. Could have been right last week. My voice could peak. Trying to rhyme. I'm out here like Dr. Seuss and thee. We out here. But nah, it's could have been right last week. Mr. Told You So. Not because I'm always right, but shit, when I'm right, I told you so. Politically speaking, not gonna say some shit, but I told you so on some political shit. Yesterday I broadcast.
But on the political shit.
Yesterday I broadcasted a football game, predicted the score. Mr. Told You So. And anytime you bite into pizza in Arizona, it doesn't taste good. Boom, Mr. Told You So.
Damn.
It is the kid JB, Jesse Burke. We're here on episode 70 of the Bucket Up Podcast, the most chemistric, organic product you can find on the shelves in your local grocery store. I am the kid JB. What up, bro?
What up, bruh? You know how it is. Chilling, chillaxing, rolling through the weekend. You know what I mean? Been cool. And how about you?
Weekend was cool, man. Now that I've picked up a second job, my weekends are kind of just like Friday nights and then Sundays and then Saturday nights. But my Saturdays are pretty much spoken for. But I'm doing good, man. What about? I mean, shit. What was your Friday looking like? Now, what was your week looking like? You have a good week at work? Shit.
Yeah, no, I had a pretty good week. I can't, as the older I get, the more this shit gets blurred. I don't remember what the fuck be happening.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, tell what happened at Tuesday at 6:30.
All right, it'll be like I really don't know. You could tell me some shit went down, and I'm like, oh yeah, I believe you.
I'm like, yo, so remember you said you'd lend me $300?
Like, oh shit, I did not. Like, my bad. I already said that shit. Damn.
Oh, that's cool. What'd you do? Did you do anything Friday night though?
Friday night I just chilled. We had Aubrey and Trav and Tegan come over, so we were like kind of kicking it with them, play some games, and then literally they came over again yesterday.
I love how you say like Tegan came over, like it wouldn't, like he wouldn't be included. Like, yeah, nah, they just left him home.
No, yeah, like yesterday they came over and Tegan was at because they kick it with the rentals, so like they just left him at the crib with their parents.
No, that's true. Yeah, I guess that's true. But I meant like it'd be funny if he was just like, nah, I'm a fullback.
Right? Yeah, like it's a decision. He was like, yeah, I'll come over. I'll come through today.
Yeah, or like you say it like as if like he came through but later.
Right?
Like, yeah, it was the Trav, Aubrey, and then Tegan rolled through around like an hour later.
Yeah, he popped up on the big wheel, fam.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So they came through. We was chilling. I went to brunch yesterday morning actually had a very funny experience. You know how you always get on here and tell us, did you end up going out to eat this week? I feel like that's y'all shit.
No, Joel's been sick, and I'll get to that. But
Okay, yeah. So we went out to brunch yesterday with we got a little brunch club thing from people at work, and so we went to
the
Hash
brunch
Kitchen.
bunch.
Yeah. So we went to Hash Kitchen in Scottsdale. We had heard about it before. They got like a big ass Bloody Mary bar. They got different types of
Which you're not a fan of Bloody Marys, I thought.
Nah, Bloody Marys are fucking gross.
Okay. Which I'm team Bloody Marys, so relax.
Yeah, I don't really need no fucking vodka in my tomato soup, but whatever.
You don't even like tomato soup, dude.
Bro, that shit tomato soup. That shit is a cold tomato soup with vodka, and they just throw like bacon and jalapenos and olives in it. And it's like, yo, I feel like y'all masking it because y'all know.
You need to relax. I think I see like you at an airport with a picket sign, like, yo, Bloody Marys are just cold tomato soup.
They really are, bro. Prove me wrong. So yeah, they got that, but people fuck with that. But I was like, all right, I'm good. They had different types of mimosas. They had like, pineapples. They had passion fruit mimosa, which is wild, strawberry, all types of shit. And they had a DJ in that bitch. Yeah, so they had a DJ, but it's funny because it's like Scottsdale, so it's like a whole bunch of like older white people, and like the DJ is playing fucking Katy Perry, and you seeing like white dudes, like white dads dancing and shit. I'm like, yo, this is kind of a wild atmosphere.
Yeah.
So like, so we're like, whatever. So we get we all the homies get there, we like order our food, and it kind of takes a little bit for our food to come. But we're like, all right, we kind of waited for everybody to get here. We see other tables get the food and leave before we got our food. We were like, maybe it just, it did take us a little bit to order. So maybe that's why it took so long. So we're like, all right, whatever. And then so the chick came through. She poured everybody a glass of water. Somebody I was with ordered a fucking a drink. And then she left. Came back 10 minutes later, didn't come back with her drink, came back with everybody else's drink. And then she was like, oh yeah, I didn't get my drink. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Left again for another 10 minutes. We still haven't gotten our food. She comes back and, the girl tells her like, hey, I still haven't got my drink. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me go check on that. Goes back, comes back. It's like, oh, we actually are out of that. And it's fam. Like, so you basically telling me that those other 2 times you were supposed to get my drink in, you didn't go talk to him because you would have known that the drink was out. You know what I mean?
What'd she order? A McFlurry from McDonald's?
No. She ordered like a cold brew. First of all, we were there on a Saturday at 10 a.m. How you niggas run out of cold brew at 10 a.m.?
I don't know, man. Cold brew's like hit or miss. I don't know if some places have. I don't know how to identify if a place has cold brew or not.
Well, no, they have it on the menu, so it's not like she just ordered it off brand. You know what I mean? Well, they had it on the menu, but it's like how you run out at 10 o'clock in the morning at a brunch spot.
I don't know. In their defense, though, I did work at a country club one time, and I ran out of root beer. And this girl laughed at me, and she's like, "How do you run out of root beer?" And
I was like, that makes sense because those are like packets,
right? But she didn't get that. She's like, "I was like, do you think it comes from the ground or something?"
You don't realize that it comes from the root of a tree, right?
Yeah, like fam, like
I run out of root. Bro, we ran out. I don't understand but to me, I'm like it's a brunch spot. Brunch gets cracking at 10. The DJ didn't even set up until we got there at 10. And so what you mean you out of cold brew? Like how, bro? That's your shit. Like it'd be like it's up there like, yo, yeah, we don't got no coffee right now. We don't got no fucking pancakes. Like, what the fuck you mean, bro? Y'all just opened an hour ago.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, that's just someone fucked up on inventory. I don't know what to chalk that up to, man.
Right. So we're like, whatever. Okay, so we're like, that's weird. So we finally get our food kind of late.
Again, you didn't order the cold brew though, so you have a lot of energy for somebody else.
No. It was. I'm just telling you.
I know. I was just fucking with you.
But I was just confused. I'm like,
I'm just saying, I mind my business. So like,
right. But I'm at, I was at my table, but I'm more like surprised because I'm like, that seems weird to be out of on a Saturday when like usually brunch is most popping on a Sunday.
No, I
You know
know.
what I mean?
I'm just funny because I'm just like, damn, that's out of pocket. They
Right.
lucky it didn't happen to me though.
so like, all right, so we get our food kind of late. You know, food's is like pretty good or whatever. It's like okay, and bro, like I tell you, she literally filled up our water when we got there, and like literally never came back and asked us about water again. Like we looked around the table and everybody's fucking like cups of water was like bone dry. And we're like, oh,
Damn.
okay. So like she comes back, we're like, hey, can we get water? And she's like, okay. Was disappear for 30 minutes. We're like, apparently we not getting no water.
Yeah, so we've talked on the pod often about restaurant reviews, and it seems like we're like, like perfect critics, and I don't think we are, but I think we're up there. But
Bro, I don't ever complain at restaurants.
Nah,
Ever.
and neither do I. I just like I say, I just notice what I see.
Right.
What I don't understand though is like you're saying, wouldn't you rather have someone that like checks on you too much than the
Oh,
opposite?
for sure. Like, bro, water is like the easiest thing. You just come by, you look, and you're like, hey, you guys need more water? Like she was just dipping, bro. And it's like she dipped for 30 minutes. We're like, all right, so I guess we never getting that water. Like,
Right.
that's cool. And like somebody came by our table like right after. We were just like, oh yeah, how's the food? We were like, oh yeah, that's good. But then like, then after 20 minutes, we were like, okay, we ain't getting no water. She ain't never come back. Like I'm kind of thirsty as shit. Whatever. So, we finish our food. Still ain't get the fucking water. And then she comes back. We're like, all right, can we get our check? She's like, okay, cool. Dips for another 30 minutes.
It's gonna come back for one check, I bet.
No, yeah, she dips for another 30 minutes. And then we're like, all right. And then she kept walking. She was walking by our table. And we're like, she was speeding by our table, but like wouldn't go get the check.
Like she's going through running like a football drill. Like she's
but she was like speeding around and shit. We're like, what the fuck? And like we saw her outside because like there was like a window right there, and the people outside, she obviously was fucking up their shit too. Because there was like a lady with her son, and she was looking pissed. And like, and then we looked, and she was complaining about her food, and like her son cut into his pancake, and that shit was dry as hell. It looked like toast.
Damn.
And like it looked like we saw her like going on Yelp because she was doing that shit that like it was like a ritzy looking Sass girl lady, and so she had the thing when she had the phone in one hand and she was typing with the other like with just one finger, but like mad fast and angry.
Oh no,
like,
that means it was all caps too,
bro. Yeah, she was writing them letters like in White Chicks. She's like, I am a white woman in America. They're like, all right, whatever, fuck, like she's taking forever. We kind of like getting antsy. We're like, all right, like she could have salvaged this, but like one, she's been gone for 20, 30 minutes after we asked for the check, and we ain't never get water again. Like we got water as soon as we sat down, and ain't see that shit again. Like whatever. So we're like, somebody says like, I bet she fucks up the check. Comes back, literally put like everybody's checks fucked up. She put 3 people who asked to be on separate checks all on one check. And then she like gave people the wrong drinks. And we're like, yeah, bro, none of this is right. So she was like, oh, snap, I'm sorry. Like, first then she said that her name wasn't working in the system. So they had to like, she had to have the manager come over and like put it back in. But like we saw where the computer was. She wasn't even over there that whole time. And so we're like, okay. But we're like, but what they got to do with us tell you who was on separate checks and you putting all 3 of them together. She's like, oh, I thought they were together. Like you thought 3 people were together. Like it was like it's one thing you thought the dude and the girl were together, but you thought a dude and 2 girls together was like they were like Mormon sister wives. Like what the fuck?
My man was macking out here.
Yeah, apparently, and they weren't even sitting like next to each other. It was like 2 next to each other and one across the table, and she thought they were all 3 together. We're like, what? All right. So then, right. So she goes again to fix the checks, and she's off for another like 20, 30 minutes, fam. Damn. And we're just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, fuck this. We gotta get the manager. So we literally weighed down the manager, like, fam, like we ain't getting no fucking water. Like we were basically like she never really came back and asked us for anything. Like, and we just been sitting here waiting for a check for like an hour, dude.
How many were you guys?
It was 6 of us.
Okay.
Like it was it wasn't even that. It was a big group, but it wasn't like there was bigger groups in the whole spot.
Yeah, that's
And
not a lot of people.
there was like a bigger group of like old white people, and they were in and out, and we're like, what the fuck?
See, is that crazy how that like stories like that, and you guys were in the complete right, obviously. But is that crazy how stories like that influence my anxiety of going out to social events like that? And
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
for
like,
real.
if you invited me, I'm like, you guys just go ahead. Just because
That's the thing.
I wouldn't be able to like contain myself, or not that I would spaz on the girl or nothing, but I would just not enjoy it because of what you just told me. So I'd be
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm not going.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like we had fun. Like we were like because it was cool kicking it with the homies. So we had fun most of the time. But like that, the shit that happened after just kind of tainted it. You know what I mean? So we were like, fuck. So we ended up flagging out the manager. The niggas was pissed, and we were like, yeah, bro, like this is all messed up. And he was like, oh, we'll make sure we get it set. And the homie Paige was like, yo, I'm not about to pay for my bill, bro. So she told him like, fam, I'm not paying. And he was just like, oh, well, what? Like, and she had to like spell out everything that went wrong for him. He was like, well, I could give you like,
10%
rain
off.
check. He was like, I can give you like rain checks for like next time. You guys get your meal on us. And she was like, I don't want to come back here. You know what I mean? And he was like, oh, let me see what I can do. And we're like, man, what the fuck? And so we look, and like the people who like who she was fucking up their shit outside, they literally just left.
Yeah, I would do the same. I'm dipping. That another thing.
We were legit talking about like, bro, let's just fucking dip, bro. We've been waiting for our shit for an hour. Like this is wild. And so he comes back like, oh, we got it all fixed. And I took off 20% off the check. We're like, all right, whatever, bro. And so literally everybody didn't tip. And I just tipped $1. Like me and somebody else tipped $1. And I was like, honestly, like I thought that was more disrespectful for me to tip $1. I was gonna tip 50 cents. Because I was just like, yo, this is the worst. It was literally the worst. And she came back and she was like, oh, like she's like, this is my third day. And we're like, so they left you on your own on your third day? Like, we don't believe that shit, bro.
Dude, again, like it's probably maybe I sound old as shit when I say this. It's an age difference thing. Like some people just don't understand the concept of like people don't want to hear excuses. They just want to hear the solution. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, no, it doesn't matter if she said shit like, "Yo, aliens came down from another planet and
right.
they prevented me from bringing you your water." Like, that's still not gonna hit, bro. Like you guys, like I don't give a fuck. I don't.
You gotta show me the alien. Like the alien got to chase me out of the whole building,
right? Like honestly, like unless you bring in more water and attempt, more money off the bill,
right?
Like
it was just wild. Like if it was me, because I've been spots where the waitress kind of fucked up, or like something happened with the food, and the waitress would be like, you know what, like I'm sorry, like I fucked up. I'll take off. Like I'll make sure that your whole meal is like off, or like one of your meals is gone, or you know what I mean. Like I'll cut it. Like I'll give you a discount. I'm like, all right, cool, because then I still tip them, and they end up, you know what I mean. They end up kind of making out on it. You know what I'm saying? But like her, she was just like, oh, this is my third day, and that just made us more mad. We're like, so it's your third day, and they let you like be alone for big groups. Like either you're lying, or like that's on your whole establishment for putting this chick who don't know what the fuck she doing. Her name not even in the computer on like a whole like section of the damn restaurant during like a busy time, bro. Like that's fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's trying to deflect and shit, like pointing fingers. I don't rock with that. That's why I'm just like, man, I run the risk of getting bad service because I am who I am.
Right? No, yeah, we waited till after. Like we didn't do shit. We were just chilling. It just happened.
Damn.
But that shit was crazy. Yeah, I was like, yo, that's because when I was at your party, that was the first time I sent some shit back. Because the fucking mac and cheese actually tasted like fucking Kraft macaroni and cheese. So I was like, yeah, bro, you're gonna have to bring me the fries. So like I'm down. I was saying like I'm turning into my mom. My mom does shit like that.
That is, I mean, I will say that is crazy. Usually I only say it's cool if like they bring you the wrong shit. But hey, man, it's my birthday, so I don't give a fuck. You can do whatever you want.
No, I know. Now I don't know who I am now, bro.
You have an identity crisis.
I've never ever not tip, and I never like send shit back. But I was like these last few times, like don't charge me $3 or $4 extra for macaroni and cheese and have that shit tasting like fucking Kraft, bro. Don't you dare.
I won't.
Man. What?
I said I won't.
Like, come on, man. Like they on that bullshit.
Dude, that's crazy. It's like you didn't even analyze restaurants until you started fucking with me on this podcast. Now you
No, I just never had that happen before. Like I've never had
I'm
a mac
sorry if
and
I
cheese
cursed
that
you, bro.
bad. Like I had mac and cheese at the restaurant. Like yo, this ain't really that good. Like I can make a better mac and cheese, and that's fine. But I ain't never had one to be like, dude, just take like the dollar shit, bro. Get this out of here.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, bro. Like I said, sorry if I cursed you.
Yeah, I hope I don't keep getting bad service, bro.
Yeah, it's funny, dude. But anyway, so that was your Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Then yeah, yesterday, dude, I fucking Friday night I just chilled. Joel's been sick, and it's funny because the perception is that like I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to anybody that's sick because I'm a big baby when it comes to when I get sick. Just a big baby, you know.
So you avoiding her?
Right, and it's funny because like I grew up knowing that from like my parents. My dad would like sleep on the couch, and I'd be like, "What's going on, Dad?" He'd be like, "Your mother's coughing up a storm. No way." All right, man. And like she would like yell like, "Bruce, can you bring me something?" He would like walk up with his shirt over his face and like just like throw it into the room and walk out. And I'm like, "Yo, if you love me, you don't want me to get sick, fam."
All right, yeah.
Because then I'm just gonna give it right back to her when she's not, when she's better.
All right.
So
once you get sick with the thing, you can't get it twice.
I don't know, man. Knowing my luck, we fucking would make it. It'd be like an endless fucking xylophone with us. Anyway, so then like but I've been checking on her and stuff. I went to her crib every now and then. Not staying long enough, obviously, but it is what it is. But yeah, she's getting better. But so yeah, I've just been chilling low key. Yesterday I had my second job. Shouts to the AZCFL. Broadcasted 2 games, dude, by myself. My co-host had some personal shit, so like he couldn't make it. It's all good. But broadcasting football by yourself is extremely hard. And
bro, I would imagine.
I loved it though, because I had some haters in the comments, and they're like, "This guy doesn't know what a bubble screen is."
Wow.
I'm like, all right, you need to relax. Like obviously, like broadcasting 8 quarters straight, like I'm running out of shit to say,
You like, yo, the guy throws the ball to the other guy, bro. Bro, I know what the hell this is.
One of the games again was 44-0, so I was like, "Fuck, man!" Like,
you gotta throw a bunch of just shitty air.
Yeah, but bro, what was fire though is they had like a halftime performance by these like little like 10-year-old cheerleaders. I got the broadcast that shit. It was hilarious. I'm like, yo, they killing it. Like, yeah, it was funny shit. So shouts to the CFL. So yeah, that was my Saturday, and today here we are. But yeah, man, you said last week you saw Glass, and we finally got to review a movie together.
Yeah, bro, we previewed it last week, and then we actually both watched it. Like, that's pretty rare. I mean, we kind of talked about it during the week, but like, what did you feel? Like, what were your thoughts on it? And I'll tell mine.
So I was, really anticipating a high anticipation because I was excited for it and stuff, and it was cool. I got to go on my birthday night, and it was at the Cine Capri, which is the largest theater in the theater or largest screen in the theater, and so that was cool. I was a little stuffed from dinner, so I didn't get to enjoy the popcorn and soda, which I like that combination. But I guess that was just like a personal thing. The movie itself, man, I liked it. I thought it was cool. I think what it was though was like it satisfied that fix I had for the 2 movies being far away from each other, and yeah, like after the fact, I can definitely see why there's like lower ratings than expected and some unexplained plot twists and endings and shit like that. But all in all, I liked it. I don't think it was as good as the other 2, but yeah, I said a 6 to 7 out of or 3 to 4. Nah, yeah, 2.5 to 3 bucket hats out of 5.
There you go. I was like, wait, hold on. You went from 6 to 2.
Yeah, out of 5. I keep doing 10. It's out of 5. My bad.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty much with you. I thought it was kind of a mess, and I think it just was like because the movies that came before it, like Split was how long ago was Split? Like even like 4 or 5 years ago?
No, it was only 2 years ago. It was 2017.
You sure? Really? Was it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I feel like I remember watching that not here, but maybe I did watch it here. Like, I feel like I remember watching it back in
Maybe
the
you
day.
watched it on a plane or something.
I don't know. So yeah, so that came out recently, obviously, and then but like Unbreakable came out like what 18 years ago, 15 years ago.
It was 2000, so 19 years ago.
Yeah. So and then so they had to do a lot of legwork to kind of connect the three movies, like you know what I mean, and kind of like bridging the gaps and kind of like calling back to certain scenes in other movies, and you know trying to lace everything together to where I think it just kind of made you know what I mean, it kind of made the movie kind of a mess, which is like I don't know, I get it, like you know it's kind of what they had to do to work with, but like they could have done it a lot better.
I
And
will
it,
say, for
go ahead.
people that for the people that like are not really used to the fucking trilogy or whatever you call it, it was just a concept of like what if superheroes existed,
Mhm.
kind of like a different run down the superhero movies because like there's different spectrums. I'm into the Marvel movies, but I don't really kind of like nerd out to them or like really find or follow them religiously.
Mhm.
So like these are kind of I think easy like layups for people like me that can like get into superhero movies, but like kind of removed.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean that was pretty much the basis of it. I heard I was talking to Trav about it, and he was saying that his thing was because he said he watched Unbreakable right before they went, and he said that he thought that Samuel Jackson was gonna have even like a bigger role. Not that he didn't. He was like he was like important, but at the same time, I feel like we didn't really meet Samuel Jackson's character until like it felt like 30, 40 minutes into the movie. You know what I mean? Even though the movie was about him.
Yeah, I mean you learn a lot about him in Unbreakable, but
Right. So, but it just like seemed like that's what he was saying. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But it was just like how they had to set up the movie. But like it all, I don't know. It was just like a lot going on. And then there was parts that were like cool. Obviously, there were parts that were predictable. You know what I mean? And then the whole kind of thing to try to tie it in. I think it just this is kind of what happens with M Night Shyamalan movies sometimes. Like you try to make everything about the twist at the end, and so sometimes stuff in the middle get kind of lost, or you get to the end and that shit is wild. Like you ever seen The Village?
nah, I haven't seen The Happening, and I think I was young when Signs came out, so
Science is good. So, but like The Village is hilarious because it's like these people are like afraid of like what's going on the outskirts because they're like, oh, people are like disappearing and things are happening, and then they don't know what these things are. They think they're creatures, and you find out it's just like senile people.
yeah.
And you're like, what? Like, man, what? And
That'd be a
then,
relief.
right? It's just like, oh, okay. And then The Happening. I guess I'm just spoiling these movies, but fuck it. Like the
They're
whole
like 20
time,
years old. You're good.
right? And then so people are just killing themselves. They're just murking each other out of nowhere, and you're like, what the hell is going on? Like this is crazy. And then you find out it's the plants, and you're like, what? Like, yo, all right, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Can you imagine getting to the end of the movie and you just like, oh, it was plants? That's just what we doing? Okay. Like, all right. You know what I mean? Like so, that's just him. Like he just, it's all about like dog. Everything ain't got to be a twist, and the twist ain't got to be like you try to make it so mind blowing that people are just like, nigga, why? Plants, bro. So I don't know. Split was good though, and I think the twist. I mean, obviously, I don't want to spoil too much, but the twist at the end of that was that homeboy was actually crazy, and he actually had these powers that you were thinking that he would just you just thought he had the split personalities, and you're like, oh wait, this split personality actually has powers. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, one of the
Right.
personalities out of the 24 or 27, whatever.
Yeah.
Again, there had some flaws of like what parts of the superhero or villain, whatever it was, which parts were their kryptonites and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
they did like a bad job of like continuing through that because the first go
Yeah.
around, they kind of showed that like those kryptonites really do like take away the powers. And then this go around, they kind of showed like, oh well, they don't really stop them; they're just kind of like afraid of them, you know.
Right.
And it's
So
like, oh well, all right, man. But I don't, for people that are diehard superhero movies, superhero movie fans don't like try to compare that to this because
no, it's a completely different thing.
yeah, separate entity.
Yeah, it's a different thing. I don't know what would be a good comparison for it. Like, but yeah, it's a whole different vibe.
It would be like Netflix Daredevil or some shit. I don't know.
Even not even that because that's still Marvel. You know.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. The Kick Ass. I don't know.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, something like that. It's
James
more
Bond type shit. I don't know.
It's more grounded than most but like obviously they're still doing superhero shit. So
Equalizer type shit.
Yeah,
it's like that. It's like I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, we saw the movie not together, but we saw it within the same week. So we out here giving the same review.
Yeah,
and,
so maybe like in the future pod we'll super spoil it for people who don't who want to see or whatever. I also saw Escape Room.
Okay.
This week. And I went into a very kind of low expectations.
Yeah, it seems very predictable.
Yeah, no, I had seen reviews and people weren't really giving it to anything too high. But I'm watching the movie. Obviously they're trying to escape some rooms, but the rooms are more real than people actually thought. They didn't actually think going into it that the rooms are gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And so people start dying and whatnot, and they're like, "Oh shit, these rooms are real." And for a little bit though, it actually was pretty gripping. Like I was actually paying attention. I'm like, I don't know who's about to die next. I don't know how they're about to die. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like the rooms were kind of the way they were setting up the rooms were kind of fascinating. Like how they had to escape them for a little bit. So I was like, all right, so this ain't too bad. I went to the movies. I was kind of sleepy, but so I got an energy drink, but I didn't even open it because I was like, all right, so the movie's actually not bad to begin with. And then once you get towards the end of the movie, then it had probably the worst ending to a movie I've ever seen.
Was it like all a dream or some shit?
Nah, no, it wasn't on some M. Night Shyamalan shit, but it was just like a lot of weird things. Like they just brought in a dude, you had no clue who the fuck he was, and then and then they tried to they were blatantly trying to set up a spinoff for it, but it felt like they didn't really earn that. You know what I mean? And and then they did the thing where I don't want to ruin anything, but I mean I feel like people really about to fuck with this movie.
Dude, just tell me, I'm not seeing this shit. No one's gonna come at us and be like, "Yo, you really disrespectful."
Escape Room, bro.
Yeah,
right?
yo, I gotta unfollow y'all.
So they did the whole thing where they escaped the whole spot and they found out it's a secret society that's running these escape rooms and they're betting on people whether they can get through it. You know what I'm saying? And the people that they brought in this time all had kind of survived their own personal lone survivor thing where they were the only person to survive something. So they were seeing if luck has something to do with it. And so they were in, but they have the secret society betting on it. And so the girl figures out that they were gonna make it to where only one person survives regardless. So she kind of pretends to be dead, and that's how she escapes. And then the one dude goes through the whole thing and he escapes, but then she saves him because the dude at the end who's the game master is oh, you know what I mean, you don't think that the horses get a prize at the end of a horse race or whatever. And so he tries to kill him, and then she comes through out the back cut and kills him. And then she's and then you're all right, whatever, this movie is dumb at this point. And then they're there's them at a coffee shop, and she's like, "Oh, I figured all this out. Where they at? Let's just hop on a plane right now and go fix it." And the dude's like, "Nah, we should probably live our life." And she's like, "Don't you want to know?" And he was like, "I bet, let's go." And it's "Wait, what?" And they're and then they went to the actual secret society, setting up a room, and they were "Oh, she's coming. Hope she's ready for us or whatever." And we're "Oh," I'm "Oh my god, this is fucking garbage."
Oh
Like,
man, I thought you were
yeah.
gonna say the secret society was like the Midnight Society from Are You Afraid of the
No,
Dark?
it was just like rich people apparently.
That's stupid. Like the Purge. Oh, that was like the Purge ending where they find out it's the neighbors and shit.
Was that the purge or was that not the?
It was one of the Purges. I don't remember which one, but it was like ends up being the neighbors.
Yeah, I would imagine, but like I've only watched the Black Purge one because it was black.
Fair enough. But yeah, that's crazy, man. That sounds like garbage. But
Yeah, it was real bad. So I'm giving that like, 1 out of 5 bucket hats. So
I will say I've
definitely
done an escape room like once or twice, and I've told people I've gone with and people that work there like, listen, if you ever do one where like they send somebody in and they try to like touch you or something, like I'm joining the first motherfucker I
right.
see. Like I can't deal with like those type of gimmicks because like I don't mess around, you know.
Right. Yeah, dude. I'm definitely like if I don't know. I've done some that were like elaborate where it's like a bunch of rooms. And that shit was fun. I'm not gonna front. And then I've done one where it's like one room and like kind of like a closet, and like it was cool, but it wasn't as fun as the one that was like literally it was like 4 rooms that we were escaping a prison. Like, it was actually fire.
It's not, yeah. Then I've done it with like some friends, and I've done it with some people like strangers, and it's funny when the strangers like don't get it, like they'll say something 10 times, and you're like, yo, that's not the clue. Like obviously we would have,
Yeah.
used that if that was the clue. And it's mad funny. Yeah, I don't
That
even
is
go to.
wild. So
I
like, how
don't.
do you? I don't want to
Yeah,
argue with somebody I don't know.
right. I've never, and I won't even go to one of those horror, the haunted houses again because
Yeah, no, I don't get those. Those are dumb.
one time this guy was like following me. I just didn't like it, so I like pushed him, and he broke
They kick you
character.
out.
Nah, he was just like, bro, like, hey. And I was just like, well, whatever, man. Stop freaking me out, bro.
Right? I seen a homie punch a dude on a hayride. He was like, the guy would like kind of that fake grab him. He was like, oh, bang, hit him. He was like, hey, nah, you gotta go, man. You can't do that. Like, oh, like, dude. I'm like, yeah, hayrides are kind of dumb in haunted houses. Like, I'm not trying to be in here just getting scared. Fuck that.
That's really funny. A scarecrow like is like crying because he got punched in the face.
Dude got all this makeup on, is running and shit.
Like, how the fuck you supposed to scare a crow when you crying, bro?
Man, oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, so movie reviews been like, Glass was obviously better than Escape Room, so that's cool. But yeah, getting to it, man, it's funny. I was saying, or you were saying, like when we were kids, talking about superhero movies. What were some of the things that we were kids that made us like stand out or like flex on that we used to flex on for other kids?
Yeah, like I saw the other day, like signs of that you were like flexing or you had like wealth, and like the one was like a 64 count crayon box.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy. Like I was a broke boy, so I definitely had the 8 count that they gave you at school. Colors.
Well, like I remember seeing those and being like, "Yo, those are crazy! Like, who the fuck needs like forest green?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's not even like forest green is in like the 30 pack. Like 64 pack is like colors you wouldn't even think of. It'd just be like abstract ideas. It'd be like homeless dark soul black, and you're like, God damn. It's like
bank. It's like it's like blue bank. It's ran by Jew Blue. It's like, all right, chill. Like,
he's like, yo,
threw that in there.
Wesley Snipes black and shit.
Yeah,
fucking like crumpled up dollar green. He's like, how? like how?
Whispering Bear Brown. It's like, the fuck does that mean?
Like, bro, what is this shit?
But anyway, yeah.
What?
I remember that, and I don't know if it was just a pattern or some shit, but any kid that had like the giant pack of I was gonna say cigarettes, the giant pack of crayons, they would never share, bro. They would always be like, "Oh nah, I can't let you share. I need this." It's like, no, you don't.
Like, bro, you got 8 different greens in there, fam. Let me get one. Like, come on.
I don't even care what shade it is, bro. You can decide. It could be the tree or the leaves, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, what the hell? But no, those people definitely, because usually you're probably an only child. Only way your parents could afford that.
Man,
But
that
like,
was crazy, man.
the other one was like, soon as somebody got light up shoes, they were the shit.
Light up shoes was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what was funny was the smell, the highlighters that were smelly,
Mm-hmm.
or the markers that were smelly, and they smelled like cherries, and the like
Yeah,
black ones smelled like
they
licorice.
had the fucking they all had their own scents, so it actually the
Yeah.
orange one actually smelled like orange.
Bro, you have to be bugging if you're a teacher and you look around, your kids are just all sniffing markers. You're
Like,
like, all
oh,
right,
it
y'all
smelled
need
like
to
orange.
chill.
They're just coloring. You bring your own markers, bro. That shit was wild.
Yeah, I remember the cherry one was like my favorite. I would just chill all day sniffing on the marker.
Like, good thing they didn't, they were non-toxic,
Yeah, I was
Um,
saying. Now when what was an ultimate flex for me, man, was like first or second grade. I don't remember precisely, but my mom had this like connection at work
mhm,
that she got like these pencil. They weren't really erasers. They were just like these rubber tips you could put on your pencil,
mhm.
and
Oh yeah, I remember those.
they were different Power Ranger characters and Power
Oh,
Rangers.
that's fire.
But it was at the age where, like, some kids thought it was cool to be like, "Yo, I'm too old for Power Rangers." You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's for kids. And I was still like, "Well, I don't care. Y'all don't know. Like, I am the Blue Ranger." You know what I'm saying? Like, I really thought I was like a Power Ranger when I was a kid.
There you go.
So, I was just so my mom hooked me up with like a new one every week, and I had like the Yellow Ranger, Black Ranger, Blue. And
Mhm.
kids were like low key hating from outside VIP, like, "Yo, that's kind of tight," you know. So yeah, man, I was a hot boy for a little bit with the Power Ranger on my pencil, bro.
There you go. That's fire. I think also like when they first started coming out, like the mechanical pencils,
Yeah.
like getting those were fucking fire. You had the fucking whole lead things. It was like, oh shit.
As we got older, and Ultimate Flex, I don't know if your high school let you do it, but like if you're a senior, you could go out for lunch.
Oh, bro, that was definitely ultimate flex. Like I remember
Okay.
it was like there was like a chick that literally like her boyfriend took her to lunch every day. Like she'd come back with a different like fast food cup every day. Be like, yo, that's crazy.
But actually, before that flex, it was another flex is coming in late from school from a dentist appointment and shit. And you got like a McDonald's bag or something.
Oh yeah, like oh
Yeah.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
we stop real quick.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Where'd you go?" It's like, "Yo, you don't even gotta ask," And like it was around like the Space Jam era where they were handing out like the Space Jam toys. I was like, yeah, like we had a dentist appointment and shit. Like how was math? Like laughing at them.
Right. Now that I think about it, like that did happen. Like every time I had a dentist appointment, my mom was like, "You want to get like breakfast from like McDonald's or something?"
That's
Like that
tight,
shit was
bro.
just automatic. You know what I mean? It was cool.
Yeah, my mom when she like had to drive me to nursery school, I remember like because it was like late on Tuesdays or some shit. She'd be like, "All right, let's get the chicken nuggets," and we go to Burger King or some shit. And yeah, that was like our ritual. I was like, "All right, cool."
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Did you? I mean, I'm thinking of like now clothes wise when I was like in middle school and high school. Like, do you remember Averex jackets?
Averex and Avicii, or not Avicii,
Anichi?
Amici, yeah.
Bro, that shit was wild. Those fucking leather ass jackets, the shorts with the NBA patches on them. That was
Bruh,
a
I
fucking
had
flex, bro.
with the matching shirt, I had like a Knicks one, obviously. What was another flex?
Throwback jerseys was a big one.
This was when I finally knew that like I was like in a different like tax bracket as other kids, but they did this flex where like I'm sure your kids in your neighborhood did it. Is when they came back from like skiing trips, they would keep the fucking like tag on their jacket.
Oh nah, I ain't
You
even.
remember that?
That's so like a fluent and white. I wasn't even checking for
I
it.
was like, bruh, like, well, I knew that wasn't me then, because like, yeah, like, I
Yeah,
never once went on a ski trip, but that was their version of a flex, like being like, yo, I just skied Mount Everest, or I don't fucking know, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
I just need the floats, bro.
yeah, I just skied this like mountain and shit. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I know it
And
snowed
that
here.
fucking North Face jacket.
Yeah. So that was their flex. I'm trying to think of like flexes for girls that they would do on other girls. Like, oh, I know like for any girl that went to Costa Rica, they would come back with like dreads.
Oh yeah, I mean nowadays the flexes is just you go on vacation, you just like share that shit on Instagram.
Yeah.
But or like or
I was thinking about that
Girls
with
be
celebrities too, or not celebrities, athletes. Like the new signature is a selfie, right?
right, true. And just like girls go one place and then they take like 800 photos and they just save it and they'll just drop it every now and then, like they be there. Like, oh, me in Costa Rica, and it's like, you didn't you go there 2 years ago?
And they used to say some shit like, "Yo, time to bring me back." It's like, all right,
Right.
well, no one brought you
Sometimes they
there.
be acting like, some I feel like some people be acting like they actually just be out there. They be like, you at your house. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be wild when, you see a girl. Like, again, they can do whatever they want. It's Instagram, but it's like there's a post from them, like, doing like a model shoot out in this like palm trees, and then you look there at work in a ponytail. You
That'd be
like, wait, hold
funny.
on.
You you have like you invite someone out, like, yo, you coming out to the movies? It's at 7. And then like at 6:30 they post like a picture of them in Costa Rica and you're like,
Like,
so you not coming or what?
they're like, nah, that was from like 2 years ago. I was, just throwing it up.
You're like, okay, well, thanks.
Like,
Anyway,
all right,
be at the theater at 7.
do you remember like velour suits? That was a hella flex in middle
Nah,
school. You don't remember velour suits?
I don't, man.
They were like the default color for some reason was baby blue, but they were like very like suede looking kind of thing that you wear a whole like jumpsuit of it.
Oh, are you talking about like the
Sean,
juicy outfits for girls?
well, yeah, for girls they had a juicy. I remember those. I forgot about
They had
that.
like juicy across the butt and shit.
They had like the Sean John like dudes version of it too, but it was
Yeah, those were a vibe, man. Girls love those shits.
who was that even like the brand? Was Juicy the brand?
I think so.
That's crazy. I was actually thinking the other day, like, where the hell did all those like brands go that we like grew up with? Like, where did Anichi go? Where did fucking Sean John,
Aeropost.
Amy Pat? Yeah, but like they just like I'm more focused on like the black ones, but like even Air Pastel, like I feel like people don't be wearing any of that shit anymore. Like, where did it all go?
Fubu.
Fubu, yeah, fam. Like
Boss.
Boss jeans. What else was in there?
Hugo. Right? Or Hugo Boss.
What the fuck was the other shit? Mark Echo. Like, where the hell they
Echo
all
was
go,
very-
bro? They all just at a Marshall somewhere.
Dude, you remember that video game where they were like the rapper Def Jam, like Vendetta?
Oh yeah, I remember that shit.
That shit was lit.
Yeah, like it was all it was like Joe Budden fighting fucking Wu-Tang and shit.
In like a train station in Harlem. That's fine. Shit, what other things were kids? Oh, when you got to middle school and you got to start bringing like allowance money or like work, side hustle money. And
Oh, the dude who buy all the extra snacks.
yeah, or like at my school, we had like these. I don't know how we got them, but we had like the Oak Tree, which is a company, iced tea, and they came in like a milk carton.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were a boss if you bought those. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure. Like even if you just bought 2 milks, people were like, oh shit.
Bruh, there's always that kid that mooched. That was the one thing I always prided myself on is like, a kid busts out like a bag of chips, and then there's always like those 3 kids that are like, psst, yo, can I get one? Can I get one? I was like, definitely not one of those, bro.
Damn.
There was kids doing that for iced teas and shit. Like, yo, can I get a sip, bro? Can I get a
Right.
sip? It's like, nah.
You think that's funny? I used to think that people who brought their own lunch were flexing. Like, oh wow, you buy your own lunch, make it. But like now that I can look back on it, like they weren't really flexing. They just was like, they didn't want to pay for the actual lunch. It was just cheaper to make the fucking salami sandwich.
My parents were like, groceries are fucking, $15 for the whole week. Like, we good.
Right.
Yeah. And dude, I will say to this day, my elementary school tacos were the fucking best, fam. Like, I don't know why. I used to ask my dad for like an extra $1 to get a second, like to get 2 more tacos,
Damn. I don't think we ever had we had like taco salad in high school.
Dude, I don't know why. Like, I used to like get excited and I'd run around to my friends and be like, yo, whatever you don't eat, let me get it. Let me get it.
Nah, yeah. I feel like the thing was like box pizzas. That was the big shit.
Yeah, I made friends with the lunch lady one time, and like she hooked it up with like free lunches every now and then. But then like other kids complained, and I was like, man,
that's trash.
Yeah,
out there fucking up to your hookup, big garbage.
But yeah, I'm trying to think as like the years progress. So that was like middle school and high school. Like I said, like I had friends that were seniors because they were friends of my sister and brother and shit. So like they'd hook it up with like rides to school. They bought me Burger King every now and then, or they didn't buy me Burger King, but got Burger King.
Right. I guess just having a car in high school was a big thing.
Yeah. So
Like, you got some people who just like they had an old ass, car from their grandma or something, and then some people who like literally parents bought them a whole new ride. That shit was crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's probably most of the flexing now. Real shit, traveling. You know what I'm saying? It was cool when it was back in those days when you just flexing as a kid. You didn't really know you were doing it. Something that's like definitely a flex, but kind of very unnecessary is like people buying Jordans for their babies.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I can't hate on that because when I have a kid one day,
You're gonna do it, right? I mean, I'm not saying I'm
kid,
not even gonna do it, but it's definitely
he's gonna be
necessary.
swagged out. He's gonna be swagged out to a zillion.
Nobody, not one person cares about what the hell's on a baby's feet.
Nah.
You know what I mean? But like that's just something that fucking motherfuckers do. Or did your mom like do the thing where like she got the baby Jordan like bronzed or whatever?
Nah. I mean,
You
my
ever heard
mom.
of that?
What are you talking about?
So, like they take like the baby shoe and they get it like bronze, like it made in the metal or like golden or whatever.
Oh, actually, that's funny that you say that. Yeah, I did have a baby shoe that was like ceramic. It wasn't bronze, but then
Okay.
like, and then I broke the shit, and I was like really upset. Not on purpose. Like I was like playing with it, and then it broke.
Damn.
And like I was like really upset. And my mom's like, "It's okay, you're born now. Like it's all good. Like we just
Right.
got it when you were like a baby. Like
Right.
so."
I was always like, "What? I don't even understand the point of this," but I bet.
Yeah, we should do that now, bro. Just like with like our sneaker size, just send it to our moms.
The fucking size 11 bronze. Like, here you go, mom.
We get a call from them like a week and a half later. Like, the fuck is this for? Like, I
I
love
don't
you,
know. You thought
mom.
it was
I
cool when I
love
was a
you.
baby, so
I love
you
you,
know what
mom.
I mean?
I should send mine to your mom, and then you send yours to mine.
Yeah, just confuse the hell out of
Yeah, she's like, damn. Your mom be like, your foot shrink.
them. Be wild, bro. Like no, that was just crazy. I can't believe people did that shit. That's probably another thing that the millennials like destroyed. And people like don't do. You know what I was thinking too? Like old people flex is
What?
like fine china and having that whole cabinet full of like nice plates
There's like
and like
fine
shit.
china, finer china.
Yeah, like all this serving shit. And I'm like, millennials don't do any of that shit, bro.
Right. Yeah.
Like, do you
Yeah.
got fine china at your house?
Bro, I don't have it fine anything.
But it's like,
Yeah.
bro, everybody I know, 28, 27, like all the dishes are passed down from their parents. You know what I mean? Like that's where we got our shit from. Like,
Bro, when I finally get my own spot, it's gonna be fucking solo cups and paper plates, fam.
right, bro, fam. But like that was such a big like con back in the day. Like you thought you needed nicer. You already have your plates that you eat off every day, but you were like, yo, I need even nicer plates.
Yeah, that I'm not gonna use, fam.
That I'm never gonna use unless other people come over here. And I'm like, why? That sounds so dumb and backwards. Like the last thing I want is for somebody I barely fuck with like that come over for a dinner date and then break my expensive plates.
You know what's funny,
what I mean?
bro? Is like we had a dining room in our house, but we used it literally like 3 times out the year.
Right.
Because he's like, my dad would be like, we use it for special dinners. And I'm like, well, there's only really like 3 of those out the year. So you guys have one room that you use for 3 days out the year.
Right.
Like I just remember like sometimes just walking around the dining room being like, we never use this room.
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny, like I don't know if this is like a black grandma thing, but like every black grandma got a front room that you can't go in, and it's just a whole bunch of random knickknack shit in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My grandma had like this side room that if you're ever in there, she's like, why are you in there?
Right, and it's literally in there. It's just like fucking ceramic, like fucking pumas and shit, and like random ass knickknacks and a couch that nobody can sit on. It's like, what is the point of any of this?
Right.
Like we got all this stuff we can't touch or use or do anything like put out in a regular room. Like you can't. You got a couch nobody can sit on. What is
my grandma to this day has this fucking in their basement. They have like this exercise bike that I swear is from like the 20s. You know what I'm saying? And I used to just be fascinated with it as a kid, and like I was not allowed down there. And like, but I was just like, I didn't understand the concept. I was like, nobody uses exercise bike, and I'm the only one that keeps it alive. Type shit.
Right, exactly. You're like, you really worry about this thing from the 20s breaking, fam? It's from the 20s.
Right. And I used to so that was like my mischief behavior, and you would just hear like, "Where's Jesse? Jesse, get up here!"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Ah, shit, nah, grandma." And then like you'd hear like Should be stomping down the stairs, like
That's
pulling me off the
wild.
bike. I'm like, get off me, grandma. I'm
That's
sick.
so wild.
Yeah.
Bro, we really millennials killing fine China in front rooms, bro.
Bro, like, but I
I'm
heard she
out of
was in
here.
the basement, so it was just funny.
That's funny, bro. That's what I think. I just saw that like every black grandma got that front room. So I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know if that's something that like crossed, but apparently, everybody got their room. They don't want the kids in and shit like that.
right.
But it's just like, why even having these knickknacks that are easily breakable, and they probably cost way too much money.
It's
Like
funny.
that's how you know like the middle class was really booming back then, because they just had money to just spend on dumb shit that they thought they had to get, and like now we're like, bro, ain't no way I'm getting. What the fuck I look like getting real nice plates for?
Yeah, it's funny. Like you think like as you get older, like, oh, you stop getting gifts because you're a kid, and you're like, nah, just the economy was booming back then. You know what
Yeah, it
I'm
really
saying?
was. And then it just kind of, shit got real.
Yeah, like
Man.
the cards used to be a lot thicker. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
Nah,
they definitely shouldn't keep naming these fucking headlines millennials killing it. It's like, bro, niggas is broke. That's what's killing these things.
yeah, dude. Anyway, yeah, we could go on about that
Yeah.
forever, but. With that, man, I was thinking like, I was saying like at work, I'm kind of like the middle ground. I'm like kind of like in between the bosses and the people, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I was saying like, what would you prefer? Even in not even a work environment, it could be just like a social neutral environment. If you said something wild, not wild, but if you said something that was either factually wrong or just like, situationally wrong, would you prefer to be corrected like on site in front of the group? Or would you just rather have the dude like tell you like, oh, not Ty, it was actually this and be corrected like later on?
I me personally, bro, I'm like an upfront, like, I might feel a little offended at the time, but I definitely just tell me like off rip about anything. Like if I'm around you and I like smell bad, bro, just tell me. If my breath smells like, bro, like, hey, yo, your breath smells a little bit, and I could pop some gum in. You know what I mean? But I don't want you to be, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear about it later and people are like, damn, Ty's breath was smelling or some shit. So like if I say some foul shit, or which I try not to obviously, but if I say some shit out of pocket that, is offensive to somebody, or, some shit like that, then like tell me on the rip, like check me, be like, yo, I don't really think that's cool, you know what I'm saying? And then like, try to explain it to me. And but that's the thing, you gotta know your audience. Like me, I'll probably be more receptive to it, like, yeah, damn, like you probably right, I didn't look at it like that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But
There's
like,
there's levels to it.
some people, they, because you do it in front of everybody, they are gonna get a little bit more mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was saying like, and there's different levels to it. Like, there's people talking that will be like, "Oh yeah, so then like in 1934, blah blah blah," and then like you got someone being like, "Nah, it was actually 1944," and they're like, "Oh, all right, well, my bad," and then like it could be perceived that like the person is just a fact checker or whatever. But I'm talking about like there's situations where, um, you know, somebody like for example, if I started arguing politics with somebody, and then I said something like wrong, like, "Yo, Mitch McConnell is like the governor of this state," and I was wild wrong about that, and
Right.
you like pulled me aside, and you're like, "Nah, he's actually like the senator or whatever it is."
Hmm.
And I'd be like, "Ah, man, well, there's some people that are like, yo, you should have told me on the spot."
Yeah. For something like that, like you just got a fact wrong. I definitely just check people then. Like, oh nah, you just like, oh, he's a governor. Like, oh nah, no, he's a senator. I'll just say, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think
Yeah.
that's a big deal. I just think you say something like super wild that might be embarrassing once I tell you, like, then I might pull you to the side.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying about like if you tell somebody what's like a good way to tell somebody to change the subject or like, and it's kind of like I wouldn't say that. Like again, like I know
I
people
guess it
that
depends on the person. Like if it's me and Katie, like she'll probably nudge me, or like I'll nudge her or something, like, yo, relax. You know what I mean? Or like, if it's a homie and like he might be far, maybe you text the person. Like, oh, yo, you should probably relax. Like this person, like, hopefully this doesn't really happen, but like somebody's parent or something died from something specific, and that person starts talking about that specific thing, and like maybe making a joke, and you're like, oh shit, like, hey, bro, I know you ain't know, but this person's parent died from shit like that. You probably should chill. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, yeah, same with like it's funny because I've had a time with the homie DJ Terrio. he one time like posted like, yo, like in this political climate, like people are afraid to say the F word than they are the N word, you know? And I said something like, yo, yeah, like imagine how like, you know, a gay black person feels like they
Yeah.
get it twice as bad, you know? And
Right.
he was like, yo, I didn't appreciate you saying that. And I was like,
Why?
I know, I was trying to tell him like I was like, no, I was on his side. Like I was like, he thought I was making a joke of it type shit.
Oh,
So, you know, he didn't put me on blast in front of every, you know, on Facebook. He
he
texted
just
me
ah.
and then I cleared it up, you know, type shit.
Yeah, so that's cool because it's not like you fighting in something that can be
Yeah.
cleared up easily.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like, yo, like, nah, bro, that's not what I meant. And then, you know, he's like, oh, what the fuck? And then you're like, oh, no, that's not what I meant.
Right. So, shouts to
But
that.
yeah, no, but yeah, that makes sense too. Like, but you know, that's how it works. You know, was it like after the Kevin Hart shit or something?
No, it was years ago. It was like
Uh,
around I was still in school and stuff. It was years.
oh, okay. Because yeah, I had saw that people were saying that, but like that's you know, the white audience cares a little bit more about homophobia than they do about you know racism, and that's just kind of how it is. But
Well, yeah.
it's all still trash.
Yeah, I got you. Um, but with that, it's funny because like, there's always somebody in a group that just doesn't know like when to like, you know, chill or when to kind of like, you know, cool it on the subject.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is people think, or they're afraid to just tell somebody like, nah, man, now's not the time, you know?
Right.
And they give somebody a fake laugh or they're like, you know, non-dismissive statement like, yeah, I don't know, or maybe, or yeah, possibly.
See, that's
And
the
then,
thing. I do that when it's somebody who I know is about to say some wild shit. Like, and I just don't, and like I know that's their personality, and like I usually try to like shy away from them because I know they prone to saying some shit like that. I'm just like, I'm not about to change this person, so I'm like, whatever. I'm like, haha, yeah, sure, bro. You
yeah, I
know,
know. But then like, it's funny because if you need to still coexist with that person, it's like, yeah, I need to stop them at some point because they're not going to stop themselves.
right?
So I just kind of hit them with the, yeah, bro, like, yeah, nah, I don't know. And I'll be like, nah, that's like, I don't know, that's out of our lane, or I don't talk about that. And I'll say something like that, like, yeah, I don't touch
Right.
that. You know?
Yeah, I kind of just be cold about it. Like, yeah, I don't know, you know.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's also like, yeah, like, I'm just gonna put back my headphones.
Right? Yeah, because sometimes you be in situations where it's like family members or you know what I'm saying, be people who like you know you might be dating their family or something like that. So like you really ain't trying to be out here arguing with these people, you know,
Right,
or
and that's
like
like,
a coworker, and you're like it ain't really worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like to be because I don't really, especially it's like somebody you don't talk to that much. Like I don't care. I don't care if
yeah,
you got that stupid opinion. It's fine.
yeah, that's true. It's like, I guess that's where boundaries come into play because you're just kind of like, bro, like, you don't have to agree with everybody in the world and you'll go insane trying to. And it's also like beauty in it's always beauty in like knowing that like you don't have to agree with people, you know? And like as long as like what you don't agree on isn't like, not trying to get philosophical, but what I'm saying is like it doesn't matter like what somebody politics does, like, you know what I'm saying? Like fuck, just don't engage with that person, you good, you know?
Right. Right. For
I don't
sure.
know. Maybe I'm just like team mind your business so much that like I avoid stupid shit, and I get into a lot of arguments, but I just self engage in them, you know?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So, but yeah, dude, I was just laughing about that because, you know, that also ties into the thing I was talking about. Like, you see a lot of commentators on, you know, social media and stuff like that with politics, and you know, you start to think like, man, like the only opinions that matter are the fucking people that like actually are in politics, like the commentators and stuff that just get like paid to talk about it. It's like they don't
Mhm.
really matter. They're just getting paid like as a puppet, right?
Yeah, but I think they're there to sway people, you know? Like somebody like you might agree with somebody and you don't really know fully why you do. And they're paid to kind of like flesh that shit out. You
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
And some of it they're paid on some bullshit to kind of misinform you. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, if some people are paid to flesh you out on shit. Like, you know, or like just to break down shit more depending on, you know, if you're talking politics and, you know, and like, but we're getting less and less of people actually breaking down what policies are and more just like reacting about how people should feel about shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's whatever. It's all trash.
10% trash for all that, baby.
For sure. For sure. But I guess on that note, Time to our favorite time of the week, songs of the week, bro. What you got?
Well, we lightly touched on, or you asked me about the Firefest documentary that I did see. Maybe we could laugh about it next week or some shit after all the jokes flush out. But I was laughing at the whole thing that it was ran by Ja Rule, and the biggest crutch and obstacle about the entire festival was they were never on time. So for old school song of the week, we're going with Ja Rule, always on time.
That's funny. That whole Firefest thing. One, there were 2 documentaries. And there was like didn't some dude say that he was ready to like suck somebody's dick for something? It was wild.
Water.
For water, yeah. I'm like, bro, that's crazy. And then it just made me think of that old Chappelle skit where he's like, oh, something's happening. Where's Ja? Let's get Ja Rule's opinion on it.
Yeah. What's Ja? Somebody get Ja on the phone. I will say, without spoilers, there's a very funny part that has you after Ja Rule says something. You're just like, how am I watching this seriously? There's a part where they like rent like pigs that they do for a photo shoot, but the rule was they can only do it at a certain time. And Ja Rule, with all seriousness, was like, we spend a lot of fucking money. If we want to be with the pigs, we be with the pigs.
What?
You gotta watch it, bro.
Bro, apparently, yeah. The thing is, like, somebody was saying that they were kind of the Netflix, because there's one on Hulu and one on Netflix, and they were saying that once, like, the people did it, and then once it became a disaster, that they just started filming everything because they were like, we can make money off of making this a documentary. Yeah. And so, like, people are saying, like, we all laughing and shit, but these dudes are making money off of these now, and it's kind of like they had the ultimate finesse. But it's kind of hard for me to feel bad for these people who just fly in to go to a fucking, a fucking festival ran by Ja Rule. Like, this shit just wild. Because it's funny, I remember a couple years ago, like I said, saying that he was doing fucking, there was like an event thing that popped up in Phoenix saying that he was doing a performance at a macaroni grill.
Yeah. And then like Ashanti was gonna be doing it at like Olive Garden or something.
Yeah, it's just like, can you imagine like you at macaroni grill eating your pasta and like he just comes by, he's like, what would I do without my baby?
What's my motherfucking name? He's like, murder.
Like, it's murder.
Yeah. Like, he's like, is the mac and cheese to die for? It's murder.
Bro, that shit was wild, bro.
Yeah, man. Anyway, so song of the week for me is always on time.
Yeah, I just had to divulge in that because that shit was funny. My songs of the week are like, I am. I'm listening to a whole bunch of shit. I listened to the Future album again. I think I liked it a little bit more. Running through it the second time, there's a couple bangers on there. Also, I went, listened to some indie shit. I don't know if you know who Toro y Moi is.
Nah.
Yeah, so they, it's a dude from, I think from South Carolina or something like that. But he does like the kind of indie shit. He's an artist too. But like, they got like he got like a nice little chill album. Definitely check that shit out. It's called Outer Peace. If you into more, chill wave kind of indie type shit, motherfuckers who like what's it called? Tame Impala might fuck with it. And then, my song of the week last week was R.I.P. Aretha by Dreezy, but her whole album dropped called Big Drees, and she got some fire on there. That shit was real good. She got a song called Cash App with Offset, that's fire. And she got a song called Ecstasy with Jeremiah. That's gonna be my song of the week right there.
Fire. It was a good song. I was bumping it, bro.
It was? That's what's up.
Yeah, yeah. I always listen to most of the music I listen to now is just whatever you tell me to.
All right. Like I got some other shit I can get to. There's a dude named Sada Baby. I know he got a wild name. He's from Detroit though. He got kind of like a wonky kind of rap style. I gotta fuck with. I listened to a couple songs, but I gotta listen to the whole album. I'll probably talk about it next.
That's funny. With the side note with the broadcasting yesterday, and one of the teams had like a roster with wild names on it, and I just couldn't pronounce some of it. And one of the dudes in the comment section was like, "Yo, stop trying to pronounce the names if you don't know them." I'm like, you need to chill, bro. It's my job.
Like, what am I supposed to do? Just say that person don't exist?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, so a football player just ran it. But anyway, man, for the buckets out there, thanks for tuning in to what is the most chemistry organic pod. For the new buckets out there, you can find us at Instagram, the Bucket Hat Boys, Facebook, Bucket Up Podcast, Twitter, the Bucket Up Podcast, all throughout SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, Apple Tunes, Apple Podcasts, everything, Stitcher.
Yeah, bro, we're pretty much everywhere, so you don't really have an excuse anymore. Like, obviously, I'm not talking to you because you are listening to us right now, so you probably know where to listen to us, and you're a good listener. But if you need to tell other people about us, which you probably should do because you fuck with us heavy, just let them know that we're on all those different places. They're like, oh, I like this podcast. Check them out. And they're like, oh, where should I listen to them? Just tell them, hey, they on Spotify. They on SoundCloud. They on Apple Podcasts. That way, it's not this whole, Android and Apple people be on some bullshit fighting. It's mostly Apple people. But like, you know what I'm saying? We don't discriminate. If you got an Android, you can listen to us. If you got an iPod, or not iPod, but if you got an iPhone, you can listen to us. You know what I mean? We don't discriminate. And if you're a Spotify person, we there too, bro. So
right. So yeah, man. So Ty, thanks for putting up with me yet again, week after week. Next week is the Super Bowl. Maybe we got something special in store for y'all. We don't know yet. But yeah, again, thanks for putting up with us. This is the Bucket Up Podcast, installment number 70. Chit.
Yeah, we out.
Yep.
All right, so we should do the recap now.
Okay, cool.
Let me try to type it out. So we talked about. Sorry.
Glass. Escape room. Flexing as a kid, or flexing throughout the years, and being corrected, or just staying stupid, or something like that. Being corrected or staying ignorant.
Hold on. Today's episode of the podcast.
Yeah, the cold open was kind of rough.
Yeah, I can still just pull. I'll just like have something. I have other ways I can just pull from stuff.
It's funny how the cold open was like, once you start it kind of feels as like we're doing something.
Right, you know what I mean? Maybe I shouldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I like that.
But I don't want you to say anything. I like, wow, did you don't want on like the YouTubes? Or
yeah,
anything.
I get caught up. I don't know.
You know, what's it? So the Bucket Podcast. Talk about we review Glass. Ty spoils Escape Room.
Yeah. Flexing as a kid and throughout the years.
Or yeah, flexing as a kid and as you grow up, maybe.
Yeah.
What's it? Millennials killing fine china.
Yeah.
I'm not about millennials. That's cool. And then what was the last thing?
Would you rather be corrected or just say wrong facts?
Or
something like that.
And how to correct somebody when they say something wild, maybe?
Yeah.
How to correct people when they're out of pocket.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. So I mean, I could say, yeah, I'll just say that first part with review Glass.
Yeah.
And then you just do the Ty spoils.
Yeah.
And then we talk about flexing as a kid and as you grow up. And then you do millennials killing fine China. And then I'll do the last part.
Yeah.
Okay. On today's episode of the Bucket Up Podcast, we review Glass.
Ty spoils escape room. My bad.
It's cool. We can start again.
Yeah,
Even if you fuck up, just say it, because then I can just cut that out.
Yeah, my bad. My voice cracked.
It's cool. It's cool. On today's episode of the Bucket Up Podcast, we review Glass.
Ty spoils escape room.
We talk about flexing as a kid and as you grow up.
Millennials be killing fine China.
And how to correct people when they're acting out of pocket.